Hey, how's it? This is the Foundation coming at you with my Week 14 picks. Last week did okay, 9-7, uh, but the Cowboys won, so can't complain. So I do my video, my Cowboys videos always separately. There's a lot of things still going on, a lot of playoff things, starting to really kick into high gear. The Rams claimed the division, but home field advantage and first round buys are still not yet settled. So there's a lot of great football left to be played. Anyway, let's get on with these picks. So Jacksonville Jaguars versus Tennessee Titans. I got the Tennessee Titans. It's going to be a defensive struggle, but I think the Titans are going to score just enough points to pull out this game. Sorry about that. Next is the New York Giants versus the Washington Redskins. I got the New York Giants. They're playing better. They're running the ball much more with Saquon Barkley, which in turn does one of the better things that Eli Manning is known for, that play action pass. They also not too much people is talking about it, but they're taking away the ball. So they have a lot of things going for them, and the Washington Redskins are just depleted. They're down to Mark Sanchez, who they signed this a couple of weeks ago. They signed Jonathan Cooper off of the street. He was at home. He got cut. He was at home. They lost him. They're down to like their fourth, fifth string guards and all that. So they lost a ton of players. Next is I got the Giants. Next is the New Orleans Saints versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I got the New Orleans Saints. While the most important thing is that they're still in the hunt for home field advantage and first round buys. They had 10 days to prepare, and I'm pretty sure they're really ticked off about only scoring 10 points against the Cowboys. So they want, and on top of that, there's a little extra motivation because their other loss, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So they're gonna want to score tons of points in this game. It's gonna be a shootout game, but the Saints is gonna pull this game out. Next is the New England Patriots with the Miami Dolphins. Last week I did something stupid where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick New England against New England. I'm gonna pick against New England in New England. I should have known better than that, but couldn't help it. And now I'm stuck with it again because Miami Dolphins. My brother's a Miami Dolphin fan, and I've seen a lot of games, and they always give the Patriots trouble in Miami. They won with Jay Cutler last year. But I don't know if I'm gonna make a mistake again, but I'm gonna say that the Patriots win this game. Next is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Defense versus offense. So I got but I'm gonna roll with the Kansas City Chiefs. Baltimore Ravens, one of the better scoring defenses, and they're choking out that clock with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson not a polished passer, but you know what though, they find a way to win the game. They don't care. They won his 3 starts. They won the game, so they're doing it their way. But I just think the Chiefs being at home, and they don't need a lot of time to score points, so that's a huge thing in their favor. Next is the Indianapolis Colts versus the Houston Texans. I got the Houston Texans. They are just firing on all cylinders, and they're playing very solid, and it might have been a letdown for the Colts to be shut out the way they were and all that. I don't think they're gonna be shut out, but I just think the Texans are just playing really at another level right now. Next is Atlanta Falcons versus the Green Bay Packers. I got the Green Bay Packers, and it's a game that they gotta win, not because of playoff reasons and all that. They fired Mike McCarthy. So he was like, okay, who's to blame? Mike, the coach. Let's blame the coach. And they lost to a struggling. The reason why they fired him because they lost to a struggling Arizona team. Now you got an Atlanta Falcon team who also struggling. You better win this game because there's gonna be a hell of a lot to pay if they don't pull out this game. So I'm gonna pick the Packers on that note. Next is the Carolina Panthers versus the Cleveland Browns. This is my upset pick of the week. I got the Cleveland Browns. Panthers, they still have a lot of things to play for. Yes, they're on a slump, 4-game losing streak, but they own a lot of tie breaks. So if they can just pull out a couple games here and there, they're gonna get that wild card spot if they make some ties with some other teams and all that. They own the NFC East. They beat everybody except for the Redskins and all that. Yeah, but the Cleveland Browns, they probably sick and tired of that label of basement dwellers of the NFL. They want to finish the season strong. They want to say like, hey, let's make some strides and let's just go into the off season feeling good about something. Next is the New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills. I got the Buffalo Bills. I think even though they released Calvin Benjamin, I think at home, I think they just play well enough. And with Josh Allen, for some reason, they win some games with him. They don't win all their games, but for some reason, they play well with him, Next is the Denver Broncos versus the San Francisco 49ers. I know they lost Harris, the cornerback. But as I was like, I want to check something real quick. And sure enough, Emmanuel Sanders may have torn his Achilles. And and things was looking good for the Broncos. They had a favorable schedule. They could have run it. They could have pushed for at least to be competitive. While I'm still gonna pick the Broncos, that's gotta be a huge blow to them. But the 49ers, I just don't think they can pull this game out. Because with the pass rush with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb, they're gonna get to Mullins. So I think they're gonna win that way. Next is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are back at home. I got the Chargers at home. Bengals are, they lost Andy Dalton. Now they shut down AJ Green. Chargers, they won in Pittsburgh. They won without Melvin Gordon, who's a very underrated player in this league. I think he's gonna come back, and but they're playing well. They play in a very solid football. Next is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Oakland Raiders. I got the Pittsburgh Steelers. While it's been struggling for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think they're just a much better team than the Raiders, which is what me and my cousin was talking about. My cousin is a huge Steelers fan, and he's a little bit older than me, and me and him always talk story, and he was a little bit up for this game, and I always forget that the Steelers and the Raiders, they have a major rivalry. So it's kind of like his thing where it's kind of like the college atmosphere thing where he gets up a little bit more because it's the Raiders, and all that. So but I got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next is the the Detroit Lions versus the Arizona Cardinals. I got the Cardinals. I know they lost Christian Kirk, which is a huge blow to them, but I think they want to go out of the season saying, hey, we got a new coach, we got a new quarterback. Let's go into the off season like the Browns. Let's go into the off season feeling confident, something that we can build on, for the next season. Next is the Los Angeles Rams versus the Chicago Bears, Sunday Night Football. So Sunday Night Football is going to make it cold weather football. So I'm going to roll with the Chicago Bears. I think having Trubisky back is going to make a huge difference. But I'm going to roll with the defense on a cold day. Rams, not saying that they're not capable, but they're going to really need Todd Gurley in this one. But I just don't see it against the Bears defense. So yeah, I got the Bears. Finally, Minnesota Vikings versus the Seattle Seahawks. I got the Seattle Seahawks. They are very quiet right now, and which is scary for a lot of people. It's like Seattle owns the other wild card spot, so it's like they are winning a ton of games and all that. So I got the Seahawks and all that. All right, mahalo for watching. Poniola boys, and like always, go Cowboys.